assessment so we can really meet the needs of the local deaf community. I'm also part of a team that does social work, and it's on this that I'm currently focusing. Social work isn't easy. I mostly work with Asian deaf women. They've got no formal language, no education, and no identity at all. And this means they really depend on social services. But when they come in to see us, they just have got no idea how we can help them, or even what government benefits they're entitled to, if they're entitled to any. They've just got no idea, just got no clue at all. Part of my role is to assess what needs they may have and find solutions accordingly. Also, we can set up care packages, flexible care packages, so that we can provide future, solutions to whatever needs they may have. We also work with local organisations and national organisations all over the country. example of the sort of thing that we work, we work on all the time. There's one woman, one deaf Asian woman called Rabina Khan. That's not a real name, we've changed it to protect her identity. Well, she's got loads of issues. First of all, she's deaf, so she's got no language. And then she can only communicate through signs that they've developed at home, that she's developed at home with her family and her husband, because she doesn't know any British Sign Language. She can't read. If you give her a book or anything, then she just, it'll go straight over her head, she won't understand it. Her husband doesn't speak any English, only Urdu, that's it, nothing else. And she really doesn't get any support from her family. And she's also pregnant, and all the information that we give to her, she just doesn't understand it at all. Another thing, they all live, her and her husband, and obviously soon to be child, they live in one bedroom in a house, so they have to share a bathroom with two other families, so it's really cramped conditions. All the services we provide, for example, housing and social, and even the Asian Deaf Women's Association, if we gave her any information, she just wouldn't have a clue about any of it. She can't go out on her own, because if she went out, she'd just get lost, because she wouldn't be able to read road signs or shop signs, so it's not good if she went out on her own because of the communication issues she's got. Loads and loads of issues. It's definitely, as a social worker, it's definitely a challenge to try and find out, how we can help her. Only Rabina's needs I've got to consider, it's also those of her husband as well, regarding his communication. Because he only speaks Urdu, if they get any letters, then I have to help them with those. Obviously I have to let them know what's in them. I have to make sure that I understand what they mean, and then I have to translate them into Urdu and relate it back to him, and then make sure he understands, and then he in turn signs to Rabina to make sure she understands what's going on as well. because I've got to support her all the way through her pregnancy. She's got to have an interpreter at antenatal classes and a relay interpreter also, but her husband should have an Urdu interpreter as well, so that he can get involved with the antenatal classes and support her, Rubina through a pregnancy. But there's also the fact that he may be a bit uncomfortable where in a class where there's so few men and quite a few women talking about babies and their bodies and birth. It might not be even in his culture to do that, where women, sort of talk about things like that. So, I've got all these things to consider. He might not be the best scenario. There are a few things we can do to help Rubina. We can get her a tutor to teach her BSL, British Sign Language, so that she starts learning the language. We can also, if they need to apply for anything or they need to write any letters, for example, the housing office, we can help them with those, because obviously they're living in very cramped conditions now, so they really need a house to themselves, especially with a baby on the way. So if we apply to the housing office for them, then they can be put on the waiting list. I can introduce her to the Deaf Asian Women's Association, so that they can encourage her to mix with other women who are like herself, so that she doesn't feel so isolated. So there are lots of things that we can do to help her. That's just one example, really, of the work we do as a team. It's really challenging, but good as well. And I've been doing this for 2 years, and I'm always learning something new.